All right, call hello, Yahweh Bashim Awashai, Bashim Dash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone of well. I am not a member, however, I've entered into their labors. Peace, mercy, and blessings to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. Um, Here's another quick one. I had just happened to be on perusing TikTok, and a lot of these things about. So first off, I'm gonna just say that the water for the labors of the elders and apostle great millstone and their elders and all the men who have put in major work even longer than I've been alive. Look at the fruit through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmi Ashai. Look at the fruit. The truth is on every single platform, and it has everybody talking. You got Christians now going using their platforms to talk about the Bible because, of course, they're wrong, and they don't know anything. And I used to be one of those Christians. I mean, I never used my platform to talk about white Jesus and Christianity and God loves everybody, but it's funny because a lot of them mention, or a lot of the brothers that videos I watch mention, especially Elder Yashawamba of the Dallas camp, mention that Christians weren't doing any of that until now, and it's true. I never ever saw anything about teaching the Bible up until now. Now they want to turn to the Bible. Now they want to go into the Greek and to the Hebrew. And an offshoot of all of these things, or should I say a consequence, or I don't know. I'm not really a consequence. I don't know the word. Fuck. Mm, excuse my French. But I don't know the word. I guess I don't know, whatever. The truth is making waves. So now you have everybody. You have even reprobates coming on and trying to say certain things. So what I see a lot of is in the headlines. It's like, prove to me that God exists. And basically, the point of this video is to say that you cannot prove to somebody that is not it isn't given to, because for one, you have to be an Israelite. That means your forefather goes to so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American. So just because you may not look like one of them, but uh, if this Bible resonates with you and what is spoken, because it is a very controversial topic, and if it resonates with you, you very well may be an Israelite. Let me just read the scripture real quick because I've been talking too long. So straight to the point. This is Second Corinthians 4:3, and I just wanted to get this really quick. Actually, we'll go to the top. Let's read at the top. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry and we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of Yahweh deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of Yahweh. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. So first and foremost, the lost would be the lost of the Israelites, because this Bible and this truth is not for everyone. It is not a universal thing. So let me see. Give me just a second. Hold on. Okay. All right. Back in action. Forgive me. Okay. So yeah, gospel is hid to them that are lost. So that is the lost of the people who are the aforementioned, like I spoke of, they're Israelites, because it's not a universal thing. So really, you I don't know. It's almost laughable to try and say that, to try and convince somebody that the Lord is real, because they're not going to see it. It was not given to them to see, especially if they're of the heathen. You're not going to see it, but it's okay, because when that time comes, like it says, when Yahweh Shai returns, all eyes shall see him. And when these plagues really start kicking off, then people will believe and they're going to know who the God of the Bible is. Because for too long, these heathen have taken this word and misused it and misrepresented it and painted the Lord as a man who was just very docile and he loves everyone. You can do whatever and say whatever. Um, but we're going to learn pretty soon, or they're going to learn pretty soon, that that is simply just not the case. So we're going to get a couple more precepts, and that'll just be it. Um, and especially since we're talking about the gospel being hid. Is it Mark? Yeah. So let's get this, is because this thing is a mystery, and you can type. We'll do that next. We'll type in this being a mystery here. Um, but Yahushua, as he taught, he was speaking in parables, because one, it wasn't even for all of the Israelites to understand. It was for a select few and those that didn't get it just didn't get it. So it's even though all Israel will be saved, there's a select few that are going to understand it in these times that we're in. So let's see, let's scroll up. So here's the explanation. We're in under this portion of the explanation of Yahushua's parables. Um, let's do 14, and then fulfill. Then is the and in them is the fulfillment of the prophecy of Isaiah or Isaiah, saith, by hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their hearts, and should be converted, and I should heal them. See, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. And the thing is here is that if they were given the spirit, because you have to be given the spirit to understand what's going on, if they were given the spirit to understand, then they would be converted. But that is not what prophecy says. It says 2/3 of our people will be cut off. They want to follow the heathen. They want to worship the gods of the heathen. They want to live like the heathen, so they're going to die like the heathen. And that is the point of the prophecy. So you have to be given the spirit to understand. So there is no convincing anyone that the Lord is real. They're going to see it when Yahweh Bashem Yahshai is ready for them to see it. Matter of fact, 2 Timothy, 2 Timothy, an unashamed workman. Oh man, I need this. Is it 22? Feel useful, lust, bit foolish. Here we go. So 2 Timothy 2:23. 22. If they're Well, yeah, we'll do 23. All right, so straight to the point. But foolish and unlearned questions avoid, knowing that they do gender strife, and that's what you see. I not spoke. I sat and watched a couple of those lives about those TikTok lives about people trying to convince them that the Lord is real. And they never really go to the Bible. It's just what they think and what they feel and what what they've seen. And all it does, of course, is gender strife, because these are just foolish questions. It is a foolish topic, and it's really just, people are not interested in actually learning. And some may be, some they might be, but generally speaking, they're not actually interested in learning. They just want to either A, gender strife, or B, gain a little clout. They want to gain some followers or whatever. So, be that as it may, the time is coming to where you're not going to need convincing, and that is the bottom line of this entire lesson, which I'm about to close in just a second. But bottom line being, you won't need convincing. A lot of these people will not need convincing when the time comes. Um, but let's get that precept. Isaiah 6:10 is where it's at. The one we read in Matthew about when Yahweh Shai said that the prophecy Isaiah was fulfilled. Let's see. So you pair that with Matthew 13:15 when Yahweh Shai was explaining uh, his parable. So you pair that right here with Isaiah 6:10. Make the heart of this people fat, make their ears heavy, shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, hear with their ears, and be converted. Right? Let's Let's change this thing up real quick. Let's see it in the NLT. 6 and 9, 8. Right, here I am, send me. He said, yes, go and say to this people, listen carefully, but do not understand, watch closely, but learn nothing. Harden the hearts of these people, plug their ears and shut their eyes, that they will not see with their eyes, nor hear with their ears, nor understand with their hearts, and turn to me for healing. Why? Because the narrative is that the Lord loves and wants everybody, but the truth of the Bible, or part of the truth, is that He does not want everybody. One, the other nations are as spittle, and two, the 2/3 of His people who are currently rejecting Him and have been rejecting Him in each and every past life that they've been a part of. It's time. It's going to be time for them to be cut off and suffer the punishment right along with all these heathen, and I pray that none of us are a part of that. Um, you know what? Let's get one more thing before I just type in mystery, because again, it is not given to everybody to understand, and you cannot convince anyone to understand. Right? This has to be given to you through the Spirit on high. This is a very spiritual thing that is going on. So him that is carnal, he can't understand the things of the Spirit, and you know Esau is the epitome of carnality. Romans 11 and 25, so we got it in the NLT. I want you to understand this mystery. And why would they call it a mystery if it's for everyone to understand? Why would it be, why would Yahushua speak in parables if it was for everybody to understand? And those that did, he gave the Spirit to them through Yahweh to understand, so that way they can get on a page, get on a wavelength, get on a level, and start to act the way the Lord wanted them to act in order to receive mercy. Dear brothers and sisters, so that you will not feel proud about yourselves, since some of the people of Israel have hard hearts, but this will last only until the full number of the Gentiles come to Yahushua. And those Gentiles are Israelites who were cut off, right? Because there are certain things that you do according to the law, like if you don't keep the Sabbath, you're cut off from being, you're cut off from the camp, or you're cut off from the nation. If you missed one of the three major feasts that you were supposed to return unto Jerusalem for, you were cut off. If you did things that the Lord said not to do, there were certain things that will cause you to be cut off. And inevitably, they were cut off, because if you go into the Apocrypha and you go into Maccabees, it tells you about that Greek captivity. And that is why you run into the neither Greek nor Jew talking point that these Christians want to use. But what they don't get is that this is how you explain the Greek captivity. It's in the Apocrypha. Because you had the Babylonian captivity, you had the Medio-Persian captivity, you had the Greek captivity, and that moved into the Roman captivity. So the Greek captivity is where we were cut off and we were not allowed to keep the Sabbath or anything like that. So these Israelites, is it Second Maccabees? These Israelites were raised up in Greekish fashion, in Greekish customs. So they did not know that they were Israelites, but the Bible resonated with them. The scriptures and the preachings resonated with them when you fast forward into the New Testament. Let's see, brethren of Jerusalem, land of Jews. In the 100 years, the people that were at Jerusalem and in Idumea, oh, I'm sorry, and in Judea. For the sake of the lesson, just type in Antiochus, okay, and then type in uh who is the it means the hammer. Now I'm drawing a blank. I am drawing a blank, Slovakia. Uh, you know what? How about this? Let's do this. Because I can't think of the name right now. Maccabean revolt. If you type that in and you look that up, these were the men standing firm for Seleucid Empire. Yeah, these were the men against the Hellenistic influence on the Israelites. Um, but yeah, if you type that and you look up the Maccabean influence, you're going. I'm sorry, the Maccabean revolt. These were men standing firm and standing for the law, and not according to the ways of the Greekish fashion of the Greekish customs, and putting away their they're the one and true God, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, for these Greek gods and these other weird things that they were doing. So you look that up, and I just can't remember exactly where in Maccabees does it talk about it. Let's see, against the Greek Syrian oppressors. So yeah, you look this up on your own. But I didn't want this to be too long or going into anything other than the point that I was trying to make, which was you cannot be convinced. There is no convincing anyone. Either they hear and be converted because the Lord gave them the Spirit, or they hear because now they have heard and will be judged. Um, let's get mystery. Let's type in mystery. See how many times it pops up. All right, just that you cannot understand the path of the wind or the mystery of a tiny baby going. Okay. Oh yeah. Room so you cannot understand the activity of God who does all things. Right? His ways are not our ways. Isaiah 55. His thoughts are not our thoughts. Um, Oh, and we just read Romans 11 and 25, 1 Corinthians 2 and 7. Now, the wisdom we speak of is the mystery of God. His plan, the way previously hidden, even though he made it for our ultimate glory before the world began. So all of this was already written. You have your set number of players who are going to believe, 144,000, and a mixed multitude, and you have your set number of players who are not going to believe. Those are the 2/3 of the nation. And then you have the heathen who cannot receive this, will not receive this. You are not a part of salvation whatsoever, and 2/3 of our people are going to die right along with you. And I pray that the Lord remembers mercy in this day of wrath, and that none of us who are listening and learning and really trying to turn our lives, that we are not a part of that 2/3. But it's good to be humble because you never know. You never just want to automatically think that you're good because things are good right now. You don't know what the story. You don't know how the Lord has your story to be unfolded, right? So remain humble, remain contrite, continue to repent, continue to live in a way that is pleasing unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Keep reading, keep learning, keep studying, keep preaching, teaching, whatever it is you're doing. Never look back. Keep going because it's almost time. As you can see, it's a lot of turmoil and things going on, so it's only going to ramp up. Keep the faith. Keep going. Shalom.